Portage Tough. We got a lot of things to get to. I promise you we'd have a breakdown every game, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to show you some highlights of the Mishawaka Marian game, and we're also going to tell you what Portage has to do to pull off the big upset this week at St. Rita. So Joe, what do you got for us?
Let's get things started here. Let's give a breakdown of the Portage versus Mishawaka Marian game. Offensively, let's start there. We're going to start on the offensive line. I think the offensive line, they played pretty well. They opened up some great run blocking lanes. Pass blocking, Mishawaka had some blitzes. Portage wasn't able to pick up. Maybe a little nervous. But overall, I still give the offensive line a solid B on their performance. They pretty much owned their way on offense. It seemed like when everything was clicking, they could have done what they wanted whenever they wanted to do it. Running backs, Dixon had over 100 yards rushing, nice touchdown. Give him, I give him an A. This is what did he do wrong?
Well, he didn't do anything wrong, and really, one thing Portage did well, they mixed it up, and it wasn't just Houston and Dixon the whole time. I mean, Alvin Best had a big performance. I mean, it was a breakout game for him, and Rashawn Coleman really put himself on the map. We've been hyping him up for weeks, and you know what? He flipped the bill. I mean, he came out and he showed us the real deal.
As advertised. All right, let's go with wide receivers. Like you said, Alvin Best had a couple big runs, 35, 26-yard touchdown runs. He was real solid. I told you this kid is going to be phenomenal. Rashawn Coleman came out there and made some amazing, spectacular catches. Other receivers didn't really do too much. Had some decent blocking on the runs. Overall, I give the wide receivers. I give them a solid A. I mean, they didn't really do anything wrong. I think there was one bad drop pass. Houston threw a nice ball on a slant route right in his hands and dropped it. Other than that, I mean, the receivers played pretty well. Quarterback play. Houston, like you say, he's a magician with the ball in his hand.
Well, he is.
You cannot sack this kid. You cannot sack him. He's unsackable. And one thing I like to see him release the ball a little bit quicker on passes. His decision making isn't all quite there. I still give him a solid B. He played well. I give him a good B.
Yeah, I mean,
he had that one interception. It was a bad throw. But
yeah, I think that the only knock on him, I think he did make a couple bad decisions. I think he also threw the ball late a few times as well. So that's something he's going to have to clean up this week. But running the ball, I mean, you and I both agree, he looked faster. Houston looks like a faster, more explosive player. So that's just going to add even more problems for opposing defenses if he's even that much faster.
All right, we'll go to the defensive side of the ball. Again, we'll start with the up front. It scared the hell out of me. It didn't do so well against the run. Again, okay, I wanted to see him dominate this Mishawaka team. Didn't do it so well. But I promise on the defensive line, I love two of their defensive tackles. Of course, Travis Pride just dominates. And then Garrett Austin comes in and he penetrates in the backfield. He had a couple tackles for a loss. It seems like when he's in there, the defensive line plays better. He gets more penetration in there. But the defensive ends have got to step up their game. Pierman had a great sack. It was a sack on the quarterback. It was nasty, real awesome. Had a forced fumble off the sack too. It was great. So overall, but again, couldn't stop the run that well. Overall, I'll give the defensive line. I'm sorry, but they get a C. They get an average. They played average. That was average football you guys played.
Yeah, that's a big problem because coming into this week against St. Rita, they're definitely going to have to perform a little better than that. You can't. Last week, they were kind of a bend but don't break defense. You do that this week against St. Rita, you're going to break more times than not. And they're not going to. It's Mishawaka Marian. They came at you with a little more misdirection tag. St. Rita's not going to do that. It's going to be more straight ahead at you. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought they would shut down Marian's offense a little better. I mean, give them credit. They didn't give up any points defensively, but I would have hoped they would have been a little more dominant.
All right, linebackers. Linebackers, nothing really spectacular came from them. Again, they didn't really do anything wrong, didn't do anything right. Well, they did everything right, but nothing really wrong. So I'll give them a B-. Nothing really stood out for them linebackers. I got to see more of them. I liked a lot of in the fourth quarter. Some of the backups guys looked pretty good. My buddy Tom Duff out there dropped an interception. He was probably thrilled, saw the ball go in his hands and just dropped it. Probably didn't know what to do with it. All right, let's go secondary. Secondary plays some great football. They play some excellent football. Roy Woodard out there, I think he had to have at least 10 tackles out there. He was everywhere. He's everywhere you want to be. Wherever that ball is, you'll find him.
I really like this player. I mean, he is solid. He's not afraid. I mean, he's not afraid to go into the fire. If if you need someone to get in there and make a play, he's constantly around the football. You know, he has a great awareness. You know, for a great knack for being around the football.
Yeah, well, you had a forced fumble late in the first half. Jordan Yeto recovered the fumble.
And that's one guy that's going to really have to play a big factor defensively against St. Rita. He's going to have to be the one that's going to put the hurt on Jelani Cooey or Key or whatever you want to call him.
Whatever his name is.
Whatever you want to
Your
call
traditional African.
Roy Warner, the way he played against Mishawaka Marian, I got to see more of that this week, but I'm very impressed with how he played.
Yeah, I guarantee you Roy's going to lay the wood to that running back. He's going to do it. He's going to kill him. And then Dixon played pretty well. They shut down their receivers and didn't really do too much. So secondary, I give them a solid A. I give them a solid A for the performance.
Secondary, I think, was what we were most impressed with coming into the season. I think we probably had the highest expectations for them out of any other, group on the defensive side of the ball, and they didn't disappoint. So.
Exactly. Then we go special teams.
Ouch. Yikes.
Kickoff coverage, for the most part, was terrific.
Well, we're only kicking the ball about 20 yards out of kickoff.
That's true. I'm going to get to that. Kickoff coverage was excellent. Players down there very fast, and they made the tackles, more importantly. Kicking the ball, scaring the hell out of me. Can't kick the ball past the 30-yard line. There's something wrong. There's got to be a soccer player out there that can boot it farther than that.
Well, we're going to get to that in a moment.
Let's get to that right now, actually.
Well, this week, Portage obviously getting ready for St. Rita, and as you spoke to me about earlier, you said that they were having some kicking tryouts.
Yeah,
you said there was a guy that really impressed you.
Yeah, they're out there. They have 5 soccer players out there kicking field goals. One soccer player, don't know any of their names, couldn't tell you. I don't even know if they're even playing. It's not guaranteed, but they're out there kicking with the football coaches. One kid hit a 50-yard field goal. It would have been good from 50 or further, and I'm pretty stoked that they play some football with us. Another part, we'll go to the punt return. We had one kick return, but I believe it was in the end zone. We didn't really get to return it, so punt return. Dixon, first punt return, takes it all the way down to around the 5-yard line. After that, they had to do some specialty punts. They're like, oh, we're going to go for it, and then this little pooch kick and keep it away from Dixon. They're afraid of Dixon. So special teams, unfortunately, the kicking game knocks you all the way down to a C. With that field position, that's going to hurt you in a lot of games.
Yeah, let's just hope that they do sign a kicker this week to come play, or a soccer player to come kick, because that's going to be a critical part of this game. Because the way that St. Rita has that ball control, and you want to get them back as far as you can and make them travel the length of the field. So let's just hope for the best in that area.
All right, let's talk about their upcoming opponent, St. Rita Mustangs. Last year, it was a great football game. Portage had opportunities to win the game. I think the coaching staff played winning the game a little bit too conservative. Like, hey, let's try to keep with this team and not quite beat them, but see what we can do.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. There. Basically, going into the fourth quarter, St. Rita basically just wore down Portage's defense, and Portage didn't really do a very good job adjusting to what St. Rita was doing. Just pound the ball at them. They didn't put it in the box or not in the box, or try to force St. Rita's hand a little bit. St. Rita was just able to pound the ball all they wanted, and they ended up winning the ball game. This year is a different story. I heard some really, really good things. I was talking to an unnamed player. I'm not gonna splurge everything. Basically, what I'm gonna say is Portage has installed some defensive packages for this ball game, and I think it might confuse the St. Rita blocking scheme. It's going to cause some problems up front for St. Rita, and I like that this coaching staff is trying to get creative and new ways to try to get pressure to stop the running game. So that's what I'm really impressed with. They're doing a much better job in preparation for this game.
Exactly. It's night and day compared to the coaching staff involved there. So as that is, let's go to the breakdown here. Portage St. Rita game. All right, here we go. Offensively, Portage, again, probably the most dynamic offense Portage has ever had. They have everything. They got a solid offensive line, a great running game, a mobile quarterback with a decent arm, cannot get sacked, and probably the best receiving core out of history of Portage. St. Rita, they've got a mammoth offensive line and one hell of a running back. still, there's still guys lack. I give Portage the advantage on offense. Defense, Portage struggles against the run greatly. Defensive ends, they're not that great at stopping the run. It showed last year, St. Rita pounded down our throat, just kept on pounding that rock, pounding, and Portage.
You compare this year to last year, it's still very much undersized defense. That's going to be a factor.
So I have to give a huge advantage to St. Rita defense. Now, special teams. Unless Portage gets out there, gets a soccer player that can boot the ball into the end zone and knock St. Rita back, Portage is going to be a lot hurt with the field position. But then again, return game, I mentioned we got Dixon returning kicks. Still, slight advantage to St. Rita on special teams. Intangibles. Portage, like I said, they got a new coach. This coach wants to win. He knows how to win. He makes adjustments, unlike the other coaches. This team, Portage, they're a team that is, they know they're going to win now. This is a team that wants to win right now. St. Rita, it's a Catholic powerhouse. Year in, year out, they rebuild.
Yeah, you got to remember, Portage has a lot more to gain from this game than St. Rita does.
St. Rita's looking at this game as a tune-up to go into their season. Portage,
it's a statement game.
This is a statement to find out where are we among the best in Indiana. So, Portage, that being said, I think Portage has more to play with, or play for. And Portage, the advantage in intangibles. As that being said,
let's talk a little about this. What does Portage have to do to give themselves a chance to win this game? Do they have a chance to win the game?
oh, absolutely. I mean, speed kills. Remember, you can't coach speed. And I'm sure Portage is a much faster team than St. Rita. They were much faster last year, just didn't have the the right coaching staff to utilize those players.
In this type of situation, I look at this. I look at St. Rita as a bigger and improved version of Lowell offensively, and they don't have very good skill guys on the outside. At least they didn't have them last year. And I think Portage needs to go to the Lowell defensive philosophy and put everybody in the box, man up on the receiver.
Dixon's going to shut down whoever that.
Because their corners are going to be a hell of a lot more athletic than St. Rita's skill guys. And you got to load up that box, and you got to force St. Rita to throw the football. Force their hand here. Take some chances. You got to gamble. You got to try to create turnovers. Try to send heavy blitzes on first down. Force St. Rita into some second and third and longs. You can't just sit back like last year's Portage team did at times and just stick in that cover two or play some cover one, some cover zero, send some heavy blitzes. Force St. Rita to throw the ball to beat you.
I agree with you. So my prediction of this score, it hurts. I mean, I'm picking with my brain, not my heart here. I think we're going to see the same story from last year. We're going to see a St. Rita team's going to go out there and wear down our defensive line. It's going to go into the fourth quarter. St. Rita edges out Portage, 31-28.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. I'm praying to the gods that I'm wrong.
I think Portage's offense has improved, and I think they have a chance. They have a chance, but I gotta think St. Rita playing out there. I think it's gonna be a tough environment. That place is gonna be packed. They're probably gonna fill the stadium over there. We're gonna see if Portage can weather the storm early. And let's see how much Houston and this offense has improved from a year ago. They only put up 27 on Mishawaka Marian. They're probably going to have to score more than that to beat St. Rita. They're going to probably have to outscore St. Rita if they want to win.
Let's hope so. We'll be there cheering on the Indians.
Yeah, everybody come out there Saturday night. But
we're carpooling.
Yeah, ride with us. I don't care. All right, well that's our show this week. So you let us know what you think. You tell us what you think Portage has to do if they want to pull off a victory. So see you next time.